Well, you in New York, Anya. It's very nice to see you again and have this conversation with you again.
Thank you. You look wonderful. What's the weather in Moscow?
It's getting warm. It's about 0 degrees in Celsius.
Yeah.
And it's spring everywhere in the air. So
Spring has come, finally.
very nice weather. It's not sunny, but what about you? What about New York? And how do you feel after warm, sunny Sri Lanka?
Well, it's the same. Spring is on the way. It's a sunny day, but I really have so much to do and catch up with after the trip, so I don't really have much time to spend outside right now, as I was doing that in Sri Lanka. And it is wonderful. It's warm, it's good. I think whatever is the weather, it's just something that it has some kind of impact to our well-being, our state of mind, but not always, not all. So we just acknowledge, I see, oh, this is sunny, it's nice. But since I'm working inside and doing my work here, I'm more concentrated with what's happening in my right now in my computer, my office, with my work. This is just the main priority right now. And again, thank you so much for your International Women's Day message. That was great to get it from you. It's
congratulations again. It's is it popular holiday in the United States?
Actually, no, not at all. Most people, women, they do not acknowledge that holiday. Although it started in the United States, I think, and Broadway was many, many years ago. There were women called suffragists. They were marching and for their rights. But since there's really equal rights, there's no need for this holiday. But in America, there is a separate day. There's a Valentine's Day. There's a Mother's Day. It's a separate holiday for only if the woman is a mother, then she gets lots of gifts. And Father's Day does also exist, but it's more commercial holidays with good marketing, so people would buy lots of gifts, lots of spas, lots of institutions, lots of companies. They have all kinds of promotion and sales in the stores to get gifts. It's just something that was made just not a long time ago.
Anya.
Yes.
And you look great, and we've been talking with you. We had conversation with you yesterday,
yeah.
And you just came back to New York from Sri Lanka, and I would love you to talk more to our listeners and followers about your experience. You were as an ambassador. You had a lot of speeches, seminars for radio, for TV, for young people. Can you please share some ideas, information? What did you do there?
Thank you. Well, yes, I just came probably about 2 days. I actually didn't have a chance to sleep since then because of the so much overwhelming experience, so much to catch up with. But I know that it's a jet lag, so nights I'm working, days I'm trying not to fall asleep. But the work that I was doing there, it is so important to me. It's probably the most important thing that I've ever done in my life to make the real difference. When you realize that you have skills, abilities, talents, like everything that you were working so hard for, that could be really used to change this world, to make it a better place. So I was invited by Sri Lanka's officials to come to the country right in the epicenter, like right in the center of the Muslim and Buddhist conflict. It's difficult political situations with that has a lot of negative impact to the people that live there, because people, because of this national conflicts, and there's still the war that was going on in Sri Lanka. It hasn't quite ended yet, and people have fear. They are scared for the future, for their children. It's just recently, 2014 in June, lots of things, really tragic event happened there. Lots of houses were burnt like all of it, and it was tragic events. And my mission was to make several speeches for children because they're young, to put the right message in their mind about the importance of harmony as opposed to conflict. Because if we take the conflict, it's very negative word and a very negative connotation, but if you reverse it, that will be the harmony. And also I was talking about culture and different cultures and traditions, and as Sri Lanka is such an amazing, beautiful country, like one of the wonders of the world, it has amazing nature that people are just so lucky to see and observe as they are living there. So basically the concept is that everything that is not nature, it's culture. So everything in the world, if we see the ocean, Indian Ocean, palm trees, all kinds of fruits and all kinds of the birds and fish in this world, it's nature. And the culture is what people possess. It's what makes us different, what makes us very interesting. And there is something really great and valuable about each culture that we can observe and learn and try and admire. And learning about different culture makes us better people, because there's something that we can borrow from something that people they see things differently, they live differently. That was just so important. And that was one of the missions I did in the international school, and there was lots of community, lots of people, Muslim people came to hear me. It was very touching the way they introduced me, and it was absolutely great experience. And I was also visited the community for empowering women. When the women, they're so they feel very, very much deprived of their rights in the Muslim culture, and I was visited them, I was talking to them to let them know that there's a way to live in this life, to be happy, to truly fulfill your potential, to just have a dream and make it possible to do what you really want to do. It's just one of the things of like more the peacekeeping mission. And other many other things was related to business, as I was meeting with the top 5 hotels, like 5-star hotels, and I was talking to the general managers, had the meeting with them, and had like master class for the hotel staff. For the managers there about the world current trends, about New York City, about traveling, about my experience. It was just an inspirational speech to let them know, to see it differently than just what they see is only people, the tourists that stay in a hotel. But I just inspired them to see the way to travel. And staying in a 5-star hotel as a tourist is not the only way to see the world. And you know that very well. So you really don't need that much money to spend when you travel and experience the different cultures and countries. And then I had several important meetings with a fashion company called Hamidia. And they're really talented, very inspiring business people who created it a long time ago, 1949, and they make high-end quality suits for menswear. That it's very popular in London right now. They have several stores in London, and they also want to promote. And for the managers of the top managers for this company, I gave the speech and masterclass also about the fashion trends and about personal branding. This topic is how to create not just the brand for clothes, but personal brand. And what I was talking about, current trends, what's happening in the world, in media and communication and fashion, what's going on. So I can tell you more about it if there's any of the aspects that you want to know more about it, because it's exciting topic for me to speak about. So it was really nice.
Topic, and it was very abundant, cheap.
Yes.
You just mentioned that it was one of the most beautiful experience in your own life.
True.
you talked in different subjects. You talked with different people. That was your first experience in Sri Lanka, not as just a tourist like you've been recently in different countries, but it was you're an ambassador for United Nations, and it's very, very, very useful and very great experience, not for you, just also for people who just listen to your speeches, your master classes.
Thank you very much, Pasha. It's personally, for me, such a touching experience to see how much less opportunities people have there than there are people in the rest of the world. And honestly, it made me feel a huge appreciation for everything that I have in my life. I'm feeling so grateful coming back for everything that is here. And also what my amazing discovery was, is how spiritual the people of Sri Lanka are. They're so kind, so friendly, so open. And people in the West, they're reading lots of spiritual literature to get this kind of enlightenment, but people in Sri Lanka, they already have it, they already possess it. And the culture of Buddhism, and there are like 80% of Sri Lankans, they're Buddhists, and it's absolutely amazing culture to visit the temples, to experience the meditation there, to have the blessing from the monk, which I have this very special this is the monk in the Buddhist. He blessed me with like something with a golden statue of Buddha, and he said something, and it was something meaningful, so I can really feel that my life is not going to be the same again after that experience. So true, so incredibly inspiring. And I think people of our countries, like Russia, America, and European countries, we have so much to learn from people that live there. It's amazing how much they are willing to give, how generous they are. Even if they don't have much to offer, but they are just so friendly, always smiling, always happy, never complain.
And as we talked with you yesterday, and you just mentioned right now that they are very grateful for having what they have.
Right.
They live not as wealthy as Western countries. They have much more or less something that we have. And they're grateful, they're happy, they can share what they have. And yes, you're right that we have a lot of things to learn from such people like Sri Lanka, South Latin American, and different countries of the world that people live, and they're grateful, they focus what they have. And it's
very true.
It's a way to live and see the life as it is.
Very true, absolutely, yes. And I hope that maybe one day you'll take your team to Sri Lanka and stay in one of the places there to admire the nature, the temples, and also you can go there for work and bring people that you can do part of the day learning something that is essential for the development, for the success. And also with a balanced experience, the other day go to meditation temples and Buddhist culture and have this balance between this all the spheres of personal development. That would be probably amazing. We will talk more about it if you like, because this would be great. I would love to talk
more, Anya, and I would love to go and do something together with you and go this team and do something. It's amazing what you shared with me yesterday about your vision and your plans. It's very inspirational.
Thank you. And I spent there only like a little bit more than a week, so I did not have a chance to see all Sri Lanka, all the country. I know that the best part is in the middle, called Kandy, and it's the most beautiful drive in the world, and you see the tea plantation, and there's so much so many like amazing views, and I hope to go back one day and see that and experience that, and just know that like for me it became a very special place, as I feel that I almost have a family in Sri Lanka. It's just amazing. So that the culture, it's not about different the countries. It's about people that live there. You just connect on such a deep level, and this is amazing. And I wish I had more time, but tried to make the most out of it. And one day we took one of the hotels. They offered me the boat tour along the river, and it was so beautiful to see so many many birds of all kinds, fish, elephants that are swimming in the river, that are just walking along the beach with people. You don't see that every day in New York or in Moscow. It's just such a unique culture of these things that were just developing from were brought from one generation to another generation. So it's well, definitely I hope you will see it one day. And it's also really high developed country as well. And I visited one of the top bookstores there, and I saw all the books about personal development. They know Jack Canfield, they know Tony Robbins, and it's available to read in English. So it's all there. So you'll be impressed to see more photos from there. People are very well educated, and you will like the fact that the older people are, the better they speak English. That surprised me. Younger people, they speak local, the Tangol language, the Sinhali language, but the older people, they speak perfect English because they still remember the days of the country that was colonized by British. Then it got independent in 1948. But I just had 2 weeks of deep reading, studying, watching all possible documentaries